Of the whole year of the pandemic, the vaccine clinic kind of represented, in my estimation, kind of the pinnacle of the organization coming together and really responding after having such a difficult year that we all have had together. When the vaccine finally came out and there was hope, the collective sharing of hope among all the associates, the willingness to volunteer, and then putting logistics in place, which were not a small task, to a place where we subsequently were seeing and able to vaccinate over 2,000 people in a day, was unbelievable.
One of the things that I have found to be so impressive about our organization throughout all of our COVID journey has been the way we've pulled together and really pulled on our resources from within the organization so heavily and brought these multidisciplinary teams together so that we're bringing in people's different ideas, different thoughts, and really pulling it together.
Our job for the COVID clinic is make sure that as people come onto the campus, they have directional signs to get them to that one entrance to get into the clinic parking lot. I think when we first started the COVID vaccine clinic, we might have had, 8 directional signs around the perimeter. I think we had maybe 10 traffic cones and maybe 20 reserved parking spots. And that was it. We had people self-park, they'd walk up to the clinic, check in, walk back to the car, and wait for that second text. We realized pretty quick that wasn't working. So we put a tent up, we had the check-in persons out in the tent. That way people could drive up, check in, go park, and wait for the second text. That way they never left their car. They were very comfortable in that situation.
We're always looking for what is the piece of the puzzle that isn't fitting at that moment, and we're just kind of running towards that fire and trying to figure out how we can change it in order to have things run smoothly. We see those small details that we're like, oh, that could be better. What do we do here to make that a little bit better for next week or for the next day?
It was incredibly smooth. And the efficiency of it has been compared to Chick-fil-A, and it really is. It's just dynamite. Everybody who comes says, they're throwing the best party in town, because you go and you haven't been out and you haven't been around people and you see people and these wonderful people who have worked all day at the hospital and show up to volunteer that night. So it was all in all not just a very smooth operation, it was a pleasant experience.
I was one of the community members that was donating to food banks, sewing masks, and doing whatever we could, but it just felt like with the skill set of still having my nursing license, gosh, I'd love to be hands-on again if needed. And fortunately, someone reached out and asked if I would like to be involved with a vaccination clinic. And so my husband and I have been involved from the start, and my daughter volunteering as well.
My wife, she's clinical, and she's involved on the clinical side of that. That's not me, but I threw my hat in, and I knew as soon as they started standing up the clinic that there would be a lot of logistics and just needing people to get people moved through the process. The best part of working in the tent is you're kind of the first person they see. Watching the people pulling away from the tent with a smile on their face. It happens a lot. There's a lot of crying. People are so excited to be there. Being able to greet them, help them through what the process is going to be, and then walk away or drive away with a smile on their face. You know that this whole team is making a difference to people's lives.
The outpouring of generosity, both of time, talent, and treasure from our community has been enormous. It has really just been a huge, heartwarming effort.
I had a wonderful career here. Started out as a nursing supervisor and worked my way through to having the great opportunity to be involved with performance improvement projects like the hospital move. From a performance standpoint, as it relates to the pandemic response from the health system, it has been so impressive from start to finish. It really encourages you with all the young leaders that have been involved with the planning of the vaccine clinic and the quality execution they've done.
Having been here for over 30 years, it's been a profound privilege to work with everyone during this year. Every person was valuable no matter what they were doing, and it reflected what we've been doing for the last year on a more focused scale, that we were able to deliver these vaccines.
The organization's commitment to our community is amazing. You know, to put this much effort and resources towards really improving the health of our community just really speaks to our culture and our mission, and I'm proud to be a part of that.